Welcome back, everybody, to an ONYXCON special presentation. Today's presentation is brought to you in part by the following sponsors. The Riddle Entertainment Group. Mr. Diallo Riddle, our good friend. You know him as a writer and actor from shows like Southside and Sherman's Showcase, Marlin, and more. Don't miss him on One Song, your new favorite podcast dissecting some of the greatest music hits of all time. Very special shout out to this wonderful lady, Miss Michelle Elliott. In 2021, I interviewed my good friend Michelle Elliott, and if you are a fan of all things arts, especially the film industry, and are curious about it, this is the interview you have to watch. Michelle even accompanied me while I went fishing, so when I tell you this is a fun interview, it's one not to miss. Shout out to Michelle with the 1L straight out of the ATL. Shout out to Crazy World Creations, my good brother Dre Clemens. Dre, what up though? Straight out of Detroit, but living in Atlanta, this is a true, and I do mean true, supporter of ONYXCON. His production company is doing everything from animation to comic books. Again, Crazy World Creations, Dre Clemens. Celebrating 50 years in the realtor business, JRW Realtor, member of B&B Property Management. JRW Realtor can get you the properties you need in the state of Georgia. Get in touch today. You hear that amazing backdrop beat? Made courtesy of Brandon Dunn, aka Marco Majors. This Columbus native has also opened up a pizza place called Slice in Columbus. If you're in town, tell them ONYXCON sent you. This is what we mean by a monetization nation. It's because of people like you that the content gets made, because we know you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome back to the ONYXCON Network. I want to tell y'all about a playlist called Statues and Dioramas right here at the ONYXCON Network. I want y'all to check it out because today I'm going to be going through some of my absolute favorite wish lists of artistic statues for pop art concepts. We're going to start with the Berserker Predator from the movie Predators. Again, all these videos with credit to who originally made this content is in that playlist. I want to make that clear. This is just a reaction, voice reaction video where I'm just talking about when I saw these and how bad I want these statues. I mean, look at this thing right here. I mean, it's exceptional. I mean, the detail on this thing is incredible. The original guy who did this video, you can hear him going crazy about how proud he is of this piece in his collection. And it just speaks for itself. It's absolutely marvelous. And I would love to have one of these. Now, anybody wondering, where's the masked version, the helmet version? Yes, it does come with a profile like that. You can get that portrait. And the cost, I mean, yeah, I just want y'all to see an example of why I don't have any of these types of statues yet. So let's move on to one of my absolute favorites. This is the Mortal Kombat King himself, Goro. And when I tell you this statue is still in demand, I mean, these are older statues. I mean, you know, some of them by a few years, some of them by many years. But this thing here, I think it came out in the early 2000s. It is just, or in 2010s. Look at the size of her. You can tell she might not be the tallest lady, but still. It's a full-grown woman. She's got to be at least 5 foot tall, maybe 5, whatever. And of course, it's on a podium, but still, if she was standing right next to it, you know, instead of it being up on a table, this thing is like, I mean, it's got to be like 4 foot tall, like straight up. This is amazing. Look at the detail in every aspect. I absolutely love this thing. I think it's incredible. I mean, the realism, faux leather, a lot of the spiked elements and everything on statues like this are actually made out of some form of metal or metal imitation that are sharp. So it's like you really feel like you got a shrunken version of this life-size, huge favorite character from Mortal Kombat. I think this is absolutely incredible. And like I say, it's still in demand, hard to find. One of those you're going to have to dig up when you finally get rich, you know what I mean? And this thing, oh my gosh, me like King Grimlock. That's Grimlock right there. Yo, dude did a hell of a video too. He does really good videos. Check him out. Like I say, all this is in the playlist. His collection is absolutely insane. You can see me skipping through to get to the best parts. Bottom line is, I mean, just look at it. It speaks for itself, really it does. I mean, I didn't even know this had came out. I didn't even know this was out until about maybe a year ago. I saw this had come out and I said, you gotta be kidding me. Like, there's a whole nother world. If you're not hip to, the art statues, I don't really like that phrase because I'm like, hell, it's all art. You don't have to say it's art. But anyway, the pop art statue culture, most of these can only be debuted at a lot of conventions, pop art conventions. But once you're in that world, or if you just look up the topic here on YouTube, you're going to see some stuff that's going to absolutely blow your mind. And as a guy who collects toys, who, as I get older, I still will collect a toy, but it's rare that I buy stuff nowadays. It's just the economy's so jacked up what it is. But I always say, man, if I get my money right, for real, or when I get my money right, should I say, excuse me, hello, because y'all going to subscribe and help us build this thing to what it ought to be so I can have a collection and do reviews like this. I want to do these unboxing videos. I really do. We're going to get this kind of stuff. We're going to bring this kind of stuff to you. Look, this is the playlist, like, again. Now, this right here is special. This is, in my opinion, one of the most creative custom Yautja, that's what they call the aliens from the Predator. That was made up in the comics, by the way, if you didn't ever hear that term. Most of my audience will know, but I never assumed that everybody here knows all this stuff. So anyway, this Japanese artist is absolutely incredible. Needless to say, look at the talent and the ability and the detail he is putting into all of his work. And when I tell you every piece I've ever seen come out of this man's studio is an absolute gem. I would love to meet this brother face to face as a fellow artist, shake his hand and let him know how much his work inspires me to know where you can go when you have the kind of connections he has and has been able to do what he's doing, working with, directly with the companies to get approval of their IPs to do these types of projects. Because of course he had to get approval to do this, but he's a legend in the biz. And people actually probably come to him and say, would you please give us your version of this character or that character? But the Kagero Predator is an absolute, man, that whole series, incredible. Now this here, oh my gosh. Dun, 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 dun. You said it when you saw it. All my real ones that grew up in the era I grew up in, all my 70s and 80s babies, y'all know what this is right now. Y'all know what this is right now. Man, when I tell you this streamlined, again, customized, artistic license taken to the best of its abilities, absolute beautiful sculpt. Absolute beautiful sculpt. This Voltron, I even have a video somewhere in the collection of all my homage to this whole genre of art. Where they talk to the actual sculptor. So you can find that somewhere in the playlist. But this here is a fan unboxing. And I mean, it's just perfect. It's straight up perfect. This is insane. Like the way they did the jaw lines on the lions at the bottom, and then the facial features, the details, it's like a hot rod. You feel the velocity potential, like they are vehicles, but at the same time animalistic, and just it's perfect. This is something I would have dead center in my collection, straight up. Voltron like that's dope. That's pure dope. Now, speaking of more nostalgia, Gremlins, y'all. Mohawk. This thing is crazy. When I find it, I'm like, I didn't even know this existed, but you wouldn't unless you get into this world. You really got to get into the world of all these collectors. Again, look at the size of this guy compared to this. Now, I don't know how tall this brother is. He could be 5, he could be 6. I don't know. It don't matter. He's sitting down next to this, and you see how big it is. Again, he's 4 foot, 5 foot. Some of these things get up to like 6 feet. Some of them are actually, they make them real scale. Like, that's a whole nother level where, and I've seen stuff like that. But anyway, let's stay on focus here. So this is going back to the old movie with the Gremlins. You see the cute version of the Gremlin. This actually happened in the movie. The Gremlins take the hero and put him inside the copier in this damn building of this corporation and made copies of him. It's terrible and it's funny at the same time, and it's just a beautiful sculpture of an incredible moment. And it's not even so much about the moment for me, it's just capturing this version of the villain version of the gremlin, and the king of all the gremlins. You know, Mohawk was the baddest of the badasses, and just the detail, the reptilian texture, the realistic toothy claws, everything's on point. Everything about this is absolutely insane. Look at that detail. This thing here with creepy. The only thing about some of these statues, man, you would have to have an automatic light come on in the room where you keep your collection, because if you walk in that room with low light, you think them damn things was alive and about to come get you. You'd have to have, and please, I can see it right now. A collector beats his own collection into pieces because he thought they were real in the dark. You know, you don't need stuff like this sitting in your mansion without an auto light feature. You know what I'm saying? And if your power is ever low, don't go in that room. I'm telling you, you're gonna end up destroying all of them thousands of dollars that you done invested. Because look at that, man. Please, you see that in the dark, you go, wait a minute, Happy Halloween, by the way. This is made during October, like we weeks away from the moment, so had to give y'all some Halloween flavor in this video. Hope you appreciate it, because this is, and if you haven't seen these movies, check them out. You're definitely gonna watch a Halloween type treat. Yeah, the whole Gremlins series, you know. I got my problems here and there with that too, but I ain't gonna get on my soapbox today. I'm just gonna have fun with the kid side of me that didn't know about certain implications of symbolism in those movies that I now cannot stand, but I still love the characters for the creativity. Shout out to my homeboy. I don't know you, but you know I know you, brethren. This brother here is a supporter of ONYXCON. He has literally sent donations in the past, and we love his channel because he is a real collector of these statues. And this right here is an absolute must in my collection someday, because not only is it an homage to the Black Panther, King T'Challa, but when I tell you, look at that. Look at the portraits. And that's like a comic book version, but then there's the movie version. They give you the King T'Challa, the man himself, Chadwick Boseman. Here it comes. Chadwick is coming. He's gonna put the head on in a minute. Y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's him. It's him. It is him. Like I said, the other portrait, you could tell it's like supposed to be based on one of maybe the comic book versions where it doesn't really look like him. And then you got him for real. That's absolutely amazing and gorgeous, and I'd love to have it as an homage to the king. I'm a fan of Swamp Thing. All my DC heads stand up for this. I mean, I am more of a Marvel head all day, but I do love my certain DC characters, and Swamp Thing has always been one, especially Bernie Wrightson's depiction, and really Bernie is one of the creators of Swamp Thing, in addition to the writers. So when you see this, you know, and the villains that he faced, and all of that being put into this one massive statue. In this here video, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Again, this is all in the collection, all in one big playlist for you. This talks to the creatives. You see them doing the process. You see them painting. You see them discussing why they made certain decisions, how they wanted the figure to move, how they needed it to, you know, be a pure version of this amazing character. And I think they knocked it out the park. They knocked it into space with this. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. Now this right here, for all my fans of Lobo, okay, the main man, yo, Lobo, we know is coming, the movie, but when I tell you, oh man, I just need to get rich, man, we need to get this money right so I can build this ultimate collection. Yo, I want a museum for all this stuff, something that I can leave behind for fans and be like part of the ONYXCON museum, which we're gonna have someday anyway. But I'm saying, look at this Lobo. Look at the detail of this. This is, and Lobo's not, I mean, I like Lobo. Don't get me wrong. I like Lobo's in my category of like Wolverine and all the ultimate badass characters. Like Wolverine, Punisher, Lobo, they all in one big club for me of the ultimate badasses in comic books, right? But I'm not gonna say that I've, you know, collected everything with Lobo but when it just comes to great depictions of him, because he's such a cool character, I appreciate this. And I would have this in my collection. the detail in this is absolute. You can tell it's just a big love letter. Whoever the sculptors are, they really appreciate this character. They really understand this character. They understood the assignment. I mean, man, one of his freaking boots alone is like, are you kidding me? Look at that. Like, damn. Just, oh man. And the dog, the dog just, you can't go wrong with the cool pooch, man. With the spike collar and everything. And these are real characters. These are, this wasn't made up for just one statue. This is really his best friend. You see him in certain versions of the comic. And just, he's a cosmic warrior. He's a bounty hunter. He's a total badass. He's Lobo. If you don't know a lot about Lobo, look him up. You're going to see what I mean. And like I say, Jason Momoa's got a movie coming where he's going to portray him. That's going to be crazy. Man, if by the time that movie comes out, if I could afford something like this, I would do a special feature just talking about the movie with this in the backdrop or something, because that's insane. That is absolutely insane. Prime 1, you did it again. Between Prime 1 and Sideshow, they pretty much dominate the industry when it comes to these statues. There's a couple of other companies that get right with them now, but Prime 1, man, and this is that other video was like a fan at a convention, but this is the actual promo from Prime 1. And as you can see, I mean, either way of looking at it, the other video, I like how they got so close on it and showed how big it is. This one doesn't really show size comparison, so you don't know how big this. Again, this is another one of those 4 foot, probably 5 foot, if you put it from the tip of the gun being up in his hand. Might even be 6. I don't know. This thing is huge. I've seen it in videos with people right next to it. There's a husband and wife couple that I did a video. I got one of their videos in my playlist, and you can find him in there. Dope. I mean, because you can see the size with them sitting at the table with this on the table being spinning around. It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, the detail is absolutely phenomenal. You got the dolphins on the side, space dolphins. Let me be specific. That's part of some comic book lore. Look it up. You got space dolphins in the worlds that it's just super crazy, beautiful fantasy work, man. Beautiful. All right, y'all, let's do some Borg life up in here. Shout out to the main man himself from, that's right. The real Cyborg, the ultimate Cyborg. I absolutely love that design from the films. And I think Prime 1, once again, knocked it into the stratosphere with this statue. It's just like, it's incredible. I mean, the gleam of it, you feel like, again, you literally have a personalized version of the actual character from the movie that you can display in your home, workplace, whatever the case may be. And this, I mean, with the light up features on the gun options and stuff, the metal arm, gun arm, you can switch the arms out, switch the head out, give you a different portrait. You can see I like this one where you can actually see the actor. I think it's really cool. The other one's cool too, but this is the coolest, straight up. That Cyborg is an absolute must someday, one day. Now, I tell you it's Halloween time, right? Yeah, put the kids to bed. We talking about that Blade 2 Reaper. The Reapers were the illest concept to drop in a long while. And a lot of concept artists might try and front. Some real ones would be honest and say that they got their inspiration for a lot of stuff since then off of this. Now, I'm going to take it one step further. You see the tongue, right? And how it splits open and has all that. That needs to be given first credit to Tremors. Yes, I said Tremors. The worms that were underground, the giant ones that come up and eat folks. Look up Tremors. Look up the flower opening looking mouth. And that's the beginning of all that, quite frankly. I don't know of any horror concept before that had that look, okay? You could talk about, of course, Alien with the fact that it's like a tongue that extends out. Yeah, definitely give props to the xenomorphs. But, this creature was so original and so cool. I want this in my collection, too. That's a must. Have it, y'all. I'm going to give y'all another glimpse of this one here from Cosmic Collector. Shout out to Cosmic Collector, one of our supporters, like I said. this Black Panther is definitely one that would have to be in that collection. But if you want to see me start doing what he's doing right now, he's doing an unboxing, putting it together, showing you the process, hit that doggone subscribe button. That's the first step. If you got them deep pockets, you can always give a donation at ONYXCON on Venmo or #ONYXCON on Cash App. We appreciate you. We salute you all. We on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we need still them 4,000 watch hours. So I hope you made it to this end part of this video, because that right there is what's going to slam dunk us into the next level of ONYXCON well-deserved support. Thank you for watching. Y'all stay tuned. Peace.